Welcome to Basic Cooking and Baking. Today we're going to be making tacos. We have ground beef, onions, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, soft and hard taco shells, and sour cream. Let's get started. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications. Let's go. Alright, first we're going to start off with the onion. We're going to cut up an onion so that we can put it in with our ground beef. And this is a funky little onion. Just take off the outer layer of the onion. And we're going to be dicing this up. Just remember to wipe off your knife so you get all that onion skin off. Okay, so the best way is to keep your fingers like this and your thumb out of the way. I like to use my finger over top of the knife to push the onion back down. And we're going to turn it this way and just dice it up really nice. Now make sure you don't do that. Onions are kind of scary when they slip. I'm just going to dice them up really nice. Okay, now we're going to put this into the pan. We're going to put in a pound of ground beef. I separate mine out from larger packages into 1 pound bags so I can put them in the freezer. Okay, and then I just need to throw this away and wash my hands. You want to always keep the raw meat off of your hands. Okay, so now we've got the ground hamburger and the onions in the pan. We're going to turn it on to medium high and get the ground beef browned and the onions caramelized. You just want to chop it up a bit so that it isn't all big chunks. You want it into smaller chunks. Mix it up pretty good with your onions so that you're getting some of that flavor into the meat. Okay, while this is browning, we're going to go ahead and start chopping up our vegetables so that it's all done about the same time. Occasionally you're going to have to come back and stir it so it doesn't burn to the pan. Okay, we're going to start with the lettuce first. I prefer the romaine lettuce. And so I've already taken off the stem end. We're just going to trim that off. And then we're just going to go ahead. It's already been washed and cleaned. Remember to keep your fingers out of the way of the knife. And then we'll just set that in a bowl. So when we make our taco, it's ready to go. Now we're going to take and do our tomato. Just going to cut it in some nice big chunks. Turn it over, and then we'll slice this way. Again, slice, and if your knife is sharp, it'll go through the tomato just fine without having to use a lot of pressure. Put your tomatoes in a bowl. We'll just cut around the stem part of the tomato. And my director wants this part, so I guess we'll put a little bit of salt on that and let him eat that. We don't want him to starve to death. Go ahead and wipe your knife off. Clean up the tomato juice. And we're going to switch back over to the meat and stir it again. Okay, so now that the hamburger is browned and the onions are cooked, we're going to take and drain off the excess oil. So you can use a colander or a plate with some paper towel on it, but you're going to want to get that extra oil off. Now that we have the oil off of it and the meat back in the pan, we're going to go ahead and add our taco seasoning. You can either buy your taco seasoning in a pouch or in a seasoning container. I buy mine at Costco, so I just go ahead and you just want to make sure the more you put on it, the hotter it's going to be. We like it a little bit spicy, but not too crazy hot. And then you just mix that around, get some of the moisture from the meat on it so that it gets good, nice flavor. Okay, now that's all done, we're going to go ahead and make up a taco. Remove the meat from the heat. Okay, so we've got a couple taco shells here. We're just going to put a little bit of sour cream in the bottom. Okay, and then a little bit of your taco meat. This will feed my family of 4 easily. And if you want to add some black beans or some refried beans or whatever, you can, or some olives if you would like, guacamole. Okay, and then I put the cheese on next to help it kind of melt a little bit on the hot meat. And a little bit of lettuce. A little bit of tomatoes. And voila! you have a very yummy taco. El Grande. And here's our yummy taco. My doggy vacuums will clean that up. So good. Easy to make. Thank you for tuning in to Basic Cooking and Baking. The password for this episode is going to be tomatoes.
You gotta tell me why.
If you want to tune in 12 hours earlier, and that will be the password for
On
on the
the website.
website to watch the video. Excuse me, to watch the video earlier. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications. Thank you for coming and joining us today. Bye-bye.